Hey friends, this is an unplanned video. I am coming back just in a few minutes with your daily Bible readings for you from the book of Acts. I've already got the Bible laying here right in front of me and open to the 14th chapter, which is where we'll be this evening. But first, I want to do this video addressing the way I dress. I get so many comments that I usually don't respond to about the way I dress. And y'all, I was raised, I grew up on the Texas Gulf Coast. When I worked a little bit north of the Texas Gulf Coast, but only like an hour away from it, except for 3 years I lived in England, way up north near the Scotland border, so it was cold up there. But I traveled all the time all over Europe, so I really wasn't in England. I lived in England, that was my residence, but I wasn't in England all the time. But anyway, I am much more accustomed to the hot, humid Texas Gulf Coast than I am to cold weather. And where I live now is very cold. This is by far the coldest place I've ever lived. I am in far northwest Kansas, not far from Montana, just a few miles from Nebraska, from the southwest corner of Nebraska, just a few miles, well, not a few miles, well, yeah, a few miles east of the Colorado border, pretty much right straight across from Denver, Colorado, but Denver, Colorado is kind of in the center part of Colorado, so I'm pretty much in line with Denver, but near the Colorado border in Kansas. And so, yeah, it gets cold here. It gets very cold here. I've got friends that I grew up with that lives in Michigan, and some in Wisconsin, and some in Massachusetts, and some in New Hampshire, and all of those places get very cold. But the 3 years I've been here, I have had colder days here and a lot more snow here than my friends in those 4 or 5 states have had. Last year was the worst. Last winter was the worst. It got down to minus 28 degrees one night, minus 31 degrees one night. I had up to 5 feet of snow at one time last year. This old South Texas Gulf Coast boy isn't used to that kind of weather, y'all. So I dress up warm here, and I stay warm pretty much right now because I had so many comments today about the way I dress. I took the coat off that I had on a while ago in that last video I just did a few minutes ago. I took that thick, heavy, insulated coat off, and I know that thing is not pretty, but y'all, I'm not here for a beauty contest. I'm here to share Jesus and the Word. So I don't know why people are so concerned about the way I dress, but I've got, and you know, I can make this house warm, and it stays comfortable to me most of the time. I'm real tight with money, and so I'm not going to let the bill get out of hand, so I do control it. But I've got a central heat unit. The big main unit is downstairs in the basement. This room I'm in now has 3 vents that comes up through the floor that heat comes in. The kitchen, where I'm do my videos often, has 3 vents that comes up through the floor in it, and it works good. It's expensive to use. The fire runs on gas, and the motor that blows the hot air to the different rooms runs on electricity, so it uses electricity and gas to run. Sitting right here on the edge of my desk is a chicken coop heater, electric chicken coop heater. And since y'all were kind of complaining about me wearing a coat in the videos, I took it off since the last video, and I've got this chicken coop heater on. Usually when I do a video, I will turn the thermostat for the central heat down low, and I will not use the chicken coop heater because they both make noise, and you can hear them in the video. I'm almost deaf and I can hear them in the video, so I'm sure y'all hear them a lot louder than I do. And I didn't want that interference in your ears. So I always try to remember to turn the two heaters off. To do that, I've got to have a coat on because it gets cold here fast. It's very cold outside. It was 18 degrees earlier. I don't know what it is now. It snowed all afternoon. It rained all morning, and then it snowed all afternoon. I don't know if it's still snowing or not. It's dark out there, and I don't open the door unless I have to. But that's why I dress the way I do. It's to be warm, and I've got on an insulated hat. I got a bald head, and it gets cold. So I'm just staying warm and trying to save money. But since I took the coat off, I've got both heaters going. I turned the thermostat up higher on the central heat, and I turned this little chicken coop heater back on so I can stay warm. That's why I dress the way I do. I've got some very nice clothes, and I got some very nice coats. Before I moved up here, I just had one coat. Now I got probably 10 or 11 or 12. And each one I get gets a little bit thicker and a little bit thicker and a little bit thicker. But I want to stay warm, y'all. And if I go out anywhere, which I hardly ever do in the wintertime, but if I do, I want to have one of those thick coats with me in case my truck breaks down or something, you know. I don't want to be standing on the side of the highway dressed like this. This is a very heavy wool shirt, a nice wool shirt. It's warm, but standing out on the side of the highway in this kind of weather, it's not going to be warm for 5 seconds. So I take a weatherproof, very thick insulated coat with me anytime I go anywhere in the truck in the wintertime. That's an explanation about all of that, okay? Now I'm going to do your daily Bible readings from the book of Acts, or should I end this video and let this be a video by itself? We're at 8.5 minutes. I think I'll just end this video, make this a separate video on its own, and then I'll come back and do your daily Bible reading. So give me a few minutes to get this thing uploaded or started uploading, and then I'll be back with your daily Bible readings. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Just don't worry about me. I'm a big boy. I take care of myself. I'm very tight with money. I don't want to spend money to heat the house if I can put on a coat and get warm for free, or for the price of the coat that lasts for a long time. And so I do that a lot. But if you don't want me doing it in videos, I won't do it in videos. I don't know why it matters, but that's why I do it. I'm just a tightwad. Friends know me. I'm a tightwad. I'm very charitable. I help people a lot, but as far as spending money on myself, I'm a tightwad, y'all. That's that for this video. I'll be back shortly.